What's good, YouTube? I'm Xero Zeus, and welcome back to another Boruto video. This is going to be my Boruto episode 146 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching, and let's get right into the video. Man, this was one of those episodes, I have to say, like, I'm not, I was hype about it. I'm not going to sit here and lie, but I'm not as hype about it as I was about last week's episode, but we're going to get into why. But it was still cool. It was still cool. I'm not even going to shoot him down. It was still cool. So basically, this is the prison break. They execute the prison break. It's no planning, none of that, and they actually getting it. They're getting this thing done, right? And they still have it in their mind, like Sarada is gonna eventually come through with her end of the bargain, right? And Boruto keeps faith in her. And you know, us as the viewer, right, sitting back is like, dang, you really know what's going on with her. You know what actually happened to her. And it's crazy because it's a couple of things that I just like felt that stuck out to me that seemed out of place, and we are definitely gonna talk about that. But basically you catch Boruto, Mitsuki, and Kokiri on their way, basically on their way to the water to do something about the celestial prison. That's what the whole thing is. And once they get to the pump, I think it's like the water is like, okay, they're walking and they're kind of lost and they don't really know which way to go, right? And while they're lost, because I'm getting ahead of myself, right? Sarada, we like get a little shot of Sarada. You see her there, and she's actually floating in the middle of some water. Now, this is one of the things I was talking about that don't make any sense. It's like, but last time we seen her, it wasn't any water. But they explained, you know, in the episode why it was. But it's just like, dang, really, the girl is about to die, right? But anyway, Binga, at this moment, he's actually going and searching through Sarada's stuff and just trying to get the proof and all the evidence and her notes and stuff, right? And he was looking through the stuff, and it's like he just overlooked the notes. Like, he's seen everything else, but he just couldn't see the notes. He threw her purse or her bag or whatever at the wall. He found the notes, basically figured out their plan. And this is one of those things where I would just kind of be hoping that I would have I really wish that they would have got rid of the notes earlier on. I kind of like, but it was still cool because that's how Binga figured out what was going on. So basically, he turns off the water even though they're expecting the water for Kokiri, right? And so they basically make it to the pump and there's no water, and that's when they realize, like, yeah, things must be like things must not be going good for Sarada if the water is not on, right? And that's when they have I think I forgot to mention the summoning. Being a summoning, it's like this hound. It's not like particularly his summoning, right? But it's like every warden that worked at the castle before, I guess, had the summoning, right? And he sends them after Boruto. And they tell you what I hate about the dog fight, right? Is like they tell you in the beginning that they can't really fight like that, so don't really be looking for anything. But I just kind of hate how this two-headed dog was giving them so much problem. I really don't like that. But they commenced to handle him, and I'm not gonna lie, my boy Boruto just straight up punched him in the face. I thought that was hilarious. He just jumped up and rocked him like it was really funny. And Mitsuki, you know, they go in using their own devices, and like as you see on the screen, like, you know, stretchy arms and stuff like that, right? And basically they come to the conclusion that the only way to subdue the dog is like the ceiling above it. They use the ceiling above it to incapacitate the dog for a little while, right? And this is when, like, I'm still skipping ahead of myself, but this is when they basically make their way afterwards to the water. And then while they're in there and they realize that there is no water, they actually hear the dog wakes up, because I guess it takes them a little time to get to the water. So I guess in that time span, the dog woke up, blase. And Sarada, she's in this moment, in a dire moment, actually. Even though, don't get me wrong, I'm like, I don't know where the water came from, but they explained it. Like I said before, they explained it. And I felt like it made the situation more dire, right? And she woke up and the water was rising. She was in the middle of the water, right? But she starts to walk on the water, and that's when she starts to notice that the height of the water is changing, and it starts to be one of those things where Sarada, I really feel like, would have just ran back to where she was, stood on top of the water, and made it all the way to the top, right? I feel like, but either way, I guess if they did it that way, then they couldn't have done it this way, right? And basically, she gets help from Kadama. I think like I expected this. Everybody should have expected this. They kept highlighting him, and it just really seemed like that's the thing that he was gonna do. Since that he couldn't help his friend, it seemed like he would help them, right? And I think that was actually kind of okay. And he warns her that Binga knows everything. He knows what's up, and yeah, it's like things are definitely going down right now. So she goes on her way. He points her to the way of Boruto and the others, and he goes about his own way. Now, somewhere along the lines of the episode, I don't know if when Binga checks him in his cell and he's like asking him questions about Boruto, and Kadama is basically acting like he doesn't know anything, and you see him jump off the twin bed, and he looks under, and it's a hole in the bed, and they dug a hole. Does he go out that hole and release like his celestial prison and stuff like that? And that would explain why when he sees the guy Doragu while he's walking around, he could use chakra. But before that, it was kind of funny because the guy was like, yeah, only people who get to walk around at night like this are people who are friends with the guards. And you just see how Kadama is just like, yeah, I'm not really the snitch. You're really the snitch. Like he just keeps like poking at him, like, yeah, I know you're telling everything. And he just basically explains the situation. He breaks down after he sees Kadama has like chakra and stuff, and he just like basically explains what's up. Like, it's really a facade. I'm just doing this, and like doing this for Binga to help me keep this situation with Binga is only to keep me alive. That's basically what he was trying to say. And so they cut from this, and the dog, after they actually reach it, right? I don't know if they were what they were setting the tags up for. I kind of missed that, but you see Kokiri try to go through the what they call the barrier. This is like where this is the perimeter right here. If you go past here, it's over. And Kokiri just keeps doing it. I don't know what's up with him, but he tried to leave. And when he saw the dog show up, he definitely tried to leave then, right? And at the same time, all right, when the dog shows up, Boruto jumps into action. He's about to punch the dog, right? And he gets smacked up by like Binga's fire whip thing that he used, right? And like I forgot to say this earlier on in the episode, they explain how they can't do that much fighting. Yeah, so like, yeah, I guess like that's the thing. And Sarda shows up eventually. She shows up eventually afterwards. But it's like, I don't know. The fight with Minga really wasn't that hype like that. I wasn't too into that. I was just I was hoping they would beat him up. To be totally honest, I was really hoping they would beat him up. But I guess it's not a thing, right? And Sarda actually comes there, and she knows that the water pressure under them is like really high right now, and if she punches the ground, it'll be enough water for Kokiri to release this celestial prison and go about his business, right? And that's basically what she does. And at the same time, the guard dog gets washed away, and Binga gets washed away at the same time, and it's just looking like everything is just working for the better, right? It's just looking like everything is working for the better. Things are going the way that they should, and you see them getting away, right? And they're like, oh, all we have to do is sit right here and wait for the boat to come, right? At the same time, Binga actually makes it back to the castle really quick, and Tsukio is in the cell, and he's basically telling them like, oh, well, you need to let me go. He was trying to pressure him at first and lie and basically said that like Kokiri was dead, but I guess Tsukio seen through him, and he convinced them to let him out the cell. And you know, like, you knew this was a bad idea in the first place. And as Tsukio goes to walk up the stairs, he kills Binga. He kills Binga, and then he shows up, kind of like he did in Library. Like, it surprised them more than it surprised us, but it was kind of like that. And he's like, "Oh, Tsukio," and it just like really looks like it's gonna be one of those moments. So expect the final battle next episode. Yeah, I'm pretty hype about that. Anyway, in the video right here, this has been my Boruto episode 146 review. Please like, subscribe, share, and comment. Thank you for watching.